Well, Egypt is preparing for presidential elections in March. There are officially two candidates on the roll. One, the incumbent president, Abdel Fattah EL-Sisi, and two, Mostafa Mousa, who up until a short while ago was a leading supporter of EL-Sisi. Meanwhile, the opposition has announced they will be boycotting the vote. CGTN's Adel Mahrouky has more from Cairo.
For years, and up until few days ago, the presidential candidate hopeful Mousa has been a vocal supporter of President EL-Sisi. Once EL-Sisi's opponents started to pull out of the race, he decided to run. It's what has driven many to describe his candidacy as a farce, believing it's an attempt to save the image of the election.
Those who know me and know our party's role during the June 30th revolution can never say that I am a double in this race. We respect ourselves very much. We do not accept these accusations or descriptions that I am a replacement or a double.
On Tuesday evening, Mousa has announced the beginning of his campaign in a press conference. He claims that he has been preparing for this election for long. Yet when he was asked about his campaigning plan, Mousa didn't give a straight answer.
I can't tell you exactly what the plan is. What I can say is that our party's offices and connections with the tribes will give us a presence in many places, but I can't tell at this stage how we will move or how many cities I will visit. But we will do our best. I'm not saying that I'm capable of winning, but we'll present a convincing plan to the people, and that may give us victory.
On the other hand, President EL-Sisi's campaign too held its first press conference on Monday evening. The president didn't attend his campaign's kickoff. His team, though, insists that it's going to be a serious race.
The election will be a perfect model for all those who doubt it. They will be held in strict abidance to the law, even if that proves to be against our benefit. The Constitution does not impose impossible requirements on candidates, but we've seen more than one person who wanted to run fail to meet the requirements. No one asked them why they failed, but they're coming to ask our team. That is very strange.
The election result is not expected to be a surprise. The Egyptian president has a strong base of supporters who could bring him an easy victory. EL-Sisi's opponents would have voiced some criticism to his first term, but with Mousa's candidacy, that may no longer be an option. Adel, Mahrouky, CGTN, Cairo.
Well, let's get you some perspective on this story. I'm joined live from Cairo by Dr. Nabil Zaki, a senior political analyst and editor-in-chief of Al-Khali newspaper. Doctor, of course, an unlikely opponent for EL-Sisi, but what's your take on Mousa announcing that he'll contest the elections? Just how significant is this move?
It is very important because he is a man of business and he introduced himself as a man who will propagate a capitalist program to reactivate the Egyptian economy. And he said that he is serious about his candidacy and he will continue and he will try to introduce himself as a real candidate and a strong one to face these elections with courage and with insistence. I believe that he is trying to introduce himself as a serious candidate, not just a participant in a play or something like that. He wants, for example, to raise the salaries of every Egyptian to £16,000 per month. And he tried to convince us that he will reactivate those factories who are not working now, and he will try to revive the Egyptian economy from the problems facing now.
Well, Dr. Zaki, as you say, you see him as a serious candidate, but some argue that he's a very well-known supporter of President Abdel Fattah EL-Sisi. Should we read something into that perhaps he's in this election just to support the legitimacy of a democratic vote?
You are right. In the beginning, Mostafa Mousa was supporting Sisi. But as he himself explained, after the withdrawal of some other candidates, for many reasons, he decided to run. Why? Because he wants a real competition in these elections instead of facing just a referendum to vote for just one candidate, yes or no. That's why, since he is the leader of a political party called El-Ghad, means tomorrow, he is insisting to make it a real battle, trying to win the elections for his party and for his program, and trying to make it a real competition, a real battle for this post, I mean the post of the President of the Republic. That's why he, instead of standing still, he decided to participate, to make a sort of activity in the political life of the country, and trying to make the people have more choice in the next elections.
All right, so we have more choice for the people in the coming up elections. But just how important are these elections for Egypt's political and economic future?
Very important. Why? Because I believe that there is a real chance for El-Sisi to win, because the people want him to continue to eradicate terrorism from the country and to continue his program of economic reform, and to continue his program of following a complete independent foreign policy for Egypt. As you know, since many years, for some years, Egypt was following just the American line. Now we have a real independent foreign policy, making balance between many countries, and at the same time we are following the rule that the most important thing for us is our national interest and our national security. It means that we have to make good relations with every country which respects our sovereignty and independence. That's why, because El-Sisi saved us from the dictatorship of the Muslim Brotherhood organization, and saved us from following a pro-American policy. So I believe that now we have a real important competition and a real important chance to follow a real Egyptian line of policy instead of being under the sponsorship of other countries in the world.
Dr. Zaki, thank you so much for that analysis, joining us there live from Cairo.